Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to this special Famous Voices edition of Pointless Celebrities, the quiz where the aim of the game is to find the most obscure answer possible. Let's meet this evening's Pointless Celebrities. And couple number one.
Hello, I'm India Fisher and I narrate MasterChef.
Hello, I'm Nicholas Briggs and I do monster voices for Doctor Who, in particular, the Daleks.
Couple number two.
Hello, I'm Kate Robbins. I'm an actress and a singer, and I'm probably known best for spitting image voices and Eurotrash and anything a bit weird.
I'm Steve Nullan. I'm an actor and voiceover artist, and I worked with Kate on Spitting Image for 10 years.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Red Pepper. I'm a voice artist and a radio presenter, famous for In a World, coming soon, movie trailers and animations.
I'm Richard Ridings, probably best known for Daddy Pig in Peppa Pig.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Felicity Finch, and I'm an actress and a radio features and documentary maker, and I play Ruth Archer in The Archers.
And I'm Tim Bentinck, and I'm an actor, voiceover writer, and I play David Archer in The Archers.
Thank you very much, all of you. Very warm welcome to Pointless. It's lovely to have you all here. We'll get a chance to chat much further, of course, throughout the show as it goes along. So that just leaves one more person for me to introduce. He says he can hear voices in his head. I've told him it's just his earpiece. It's my Pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. So,
good evening.
This is nice. We've done one of these voice ones before. It's one of my favourite things. It's amazing to see the faces behind some of the famous voices. And amazing to have a show where you've got Daddy Pig and a Dalek on the same show. I don't think that's ever happened before.
Fabulous. Well, thank you very much indeed. Now, today's show is a celebrity special, as you know, and each of our celebrities is playing for a nominated charity. So for that reason, we're going to start off with a nicely enhanced jackpot of £2,500. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. The only thing you have to remember is this. The pair with the highest score at the end of each round gets eliminated. So keep your scores low and everything will be fine. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category this evening is entertainment. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and our entertainment question concerns hosts of the Royal Variety Performance. Richard.
Yeah, we're about to show you 16 pictures, and they're all of people who've hosted or compared the Royal Variety Performance. Can you identify the most obscure of these people? Best of luck.
OK, thank you very much indeed. So we're going to put an image up with all these faces on. You just have to shout out the name of anyone you see on this image. And here is that image of 16 faces. There we go. Let's give you a moment to digest that. OK, Nicholas, welcome to Pointless. Voice of Cybermen and Daleks.
Yes, and
among
others.
other things.
Yeah.
Now, hang on, when you do the Dalek, I mean, how much of that is yourself, or is that electronically?
That's too good.
That is quite good.
Did you know
actually.
you could do that?
No. Oh, I've just put you out of a job, Nicholas. I'm so sorry.
But it's kind of like playing a horrible discordant musical instrument.
Yes.
So, you know, so you have to put a lot into it. It's a thing called a ring modulator. So you have to speak like that, you know, exterminate, like that.
Oh, I've got the hair standing on the back of my neck. But you do it in a booth somewhere.
No, I actually go to the set when they film it. So when you see a Dalek, any bit of scenery behind it, I'm behind that.
With a script?
With a script, I have to learn it.
Glasses on the end of nose.
Yeah. And my voice comes out on the speakers and importantly, makes their ears flash. Ah. So you know which Dalek is speaking.
Of course, yes. Otherwise, how would you know?
Exactly. Well, they do wriggle, you know. But I have a switch as well to make sure, you know, which one's talking. I have to know which is which. They all have different voices.
Clever. Now then, Nicholas,
Yes.
our Royal Variety Show hosts, what of that lot is leaping out at you?
I'm going to go for Tommy Trinder.
Tommy Trinder, says Nicholas. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for Tommy Trinder. Tommy Trinder is right. Down to 26. Very well done indeed, Nicholas. That gets us off to a flying start. 26 for Tommy Trinder.
Yeah, hosted in 1959, Tommy Trinder, and appeared on many, many other Royal Variety performances. Used to be the chairman of Fulham.
Very nice. Thank you, Richard. Kate, welcome to Pointless. Again, nice to have you with us. Now, when you went up for Spitting Image, I mean, is there an audition thing, or do you just come in and...
Well, we sort of went in and met John Lloyd, who'd put the programme together, and I was just very cool about it all. I thought, stupid idea, puppets doing, you know, politicians, it's never going to work, you know.
Yeah.
And it ran for, was it 10 years?
10 years,
10
over
years,
10 years.
yeah.
Blimey.
And it was in the days when people knew who the Shadow Cabinet were. You know.
Well, no, but I think largely because of Spitting Image, actually. I think Spitting Image helped.
I think so, although we did destroy certain people's careers, like David Steele and David Owen, because you put David Steele in his pocket as a little tiny... Do you remember? That apparently he said, it destroyed my career completely. So, yeah.
That's hilarious. Now, Kate, what are you going to go for on our board of
Well,
Royal Variety
I think I know most of them on there. There's only one person I don't really recognise, but I'm going to go for Noel Gordon.
Noel Gordon.
Of Crossroads fame.
Says Kate. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Noel Gordon. Noel Gordon is right. Well, 26 is the only score we have at the moment. And you pass it down. Look at that. Down you go to 6, Kate. Very well done indeed.
Yeah, now she hosted it in 1974, Noel Gordon, as you say, star of Crossroads. She's the first ever female host of Royal Variety. They'd been going over 50 years before they'd had a female host, and it was Noel Gordon.
Thank you very much indeed, Red. Welcome. Great to have you back.
It's nice to be here. Really good to be here.
Oh, let's just do this for a bit.
Let's just chat to Red for a little while. So, Red, the story goes that you were driving a tube train and you were spotted.
Yes, I'm doing my job, and someone was on the train who was influential, heard me messing around on the PA. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, blah-de-blah-de-blah-de. And he ran up the side of the train, tapped on the window, and the rest is history, to be honest. So
the rest is what?
It's history.
Red, what are you going to go
I'm trying to work out if to go for the youngest or one of the oldest. I'm going to take a chance and go for Sir Max Bygraves.
That's never sounded so good.
Yeah.
Max Bygraves, says Red. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Max Bygraves. It's a good answer. Down it goes to 16. Very well done indeed. 16 for Max Bygraves. Well done.
Well played, Red. Yeah, hosted in 1970, the year we were both born, but performed many, many times. Performed in 1963 when the Beatles performed as well. People must endlessly ask you to do their answering machine messages and stuff like that.
Every day.
Just literally endless, right?
Could you put your voice on the answer phone?
What's your name?
Sharon.
Sharon.
Oh, isn't it lovely?
You know, I get it all the time, but it's all good. I appreciate it.
I bet that other one's his real voice.
I think it probably is. Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Tim, welcome back.
Hello.
Lovely to have you. Actually, there's a connection here. There's an underground connection.
I was going to say
because you were the voice of the Piccadilly line.
I was being the voice of the Piccadilly line saying mind the gap while you were driving the tube train.
Can I guess, are you the one that went, mind the gap?
No. That was sort of during the Second World War. Mind the gap. No, I'm a bit more kind of contemporary. I'm not there anymore, but for about 15 years I was the station announcements between King's Cross and Earl's Court, including at Holborn. Please mind the gap. This is Holborn. The next station is Russell Square. Please stand clear of the closing doors.
There's so many people who just had oral flashbacks at home. Just go, oh my God, have I got to go to work?
Yeah.
Yeah. My boys used to go to school on the tube, and they had their dad looking out for them.
That's nice. Oh, that's nice. Now, Tim, who are you going to go for?
Well, I've
on
got a
our
very,
board?
very bad feeling about all this because I know the people that everybody else knows, and you've already got the rather recherche ones that I thought that I could get, and they've gone. So I am going to go for Sir David Frost.
Sir David Frost,
Yep.
says Tim. Let's see how many of our 100 people said David Frost. David Frost is right. 26 is the high score, 6 is our low, 41, David Frost. Well, we're moving in that sort of direction, Tim, as you pointed out.
Hosted in 1991, with performers including Wayne Sleep and Elaine Page.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 6 is our lowest score. Kate, what about that? Very well done indeed. Kate and Steve looking very strong on the back of it. 16 is where we find Red and Richard. 26 is where we find Nicholas and India. And then 41 for Felicity and Tim. So, Felicity, let's have a nice low score from you, if you can find one.
No pressure.
Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? So, Felicity, welcome back to Pointless. Great to have you here. Now, when you're doing the Archers, I would imagine, once you know your characters as well as you do, you can sort of do it with the script, but make it sound absolutely natural, can't you?
That's the idea.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the job. Really.
Yeah, but I think it's...
I know, but what I mean is you can do it almost instantaneously. Because if we were doing something with a script, it would take us a while to make it sound that convincing. Do you know what I mean?
that we are well used to... I mean, we're well used to our characters because we've known them a long time,
indeed.
both of us. But, yeah, we're well used to the techniques of radio. And not least is that, actually, you're not tied to the microphone. So you actually can move around quite a lot. And,
Yeah,
you know, when
fun.
I gave birth, I was lying down. And when other things happen in a bed, they're not necessarily standing in front of a microphone. They might
No, I
actually
see
be...
that.
Yeah, so there's a
Very
lot
clever.
of
Very
freedom around it.
Now, Felicity, there you are. You're on 41. You are the high scorers. Let's have a lowish score from
not
you. if we
easy, this,
can.
is it?
No, it's not. I'm afraid.
It's whether I take a chance or whether I try and play a little bit safe.
Take a chance.
I think I'm going to take a chance, OK? Roy Castle.
Roy Castle. Roy Castle. Let's see if that's right. No red line for you as you're the high scorers. Let's see if any of our 100 people said Roy Castle. Let's see if it's right. Well done, though. I mean, that's good. Good taking a risk.
I took a risk.
That's a good thing to
Yeah.
do. I'm afraid on this occasion it didn't pay off. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 141. Richard, welcome.
Hello, sir.
Welcome. It's so nice to meet you properly.
Yes,
Because we've
yes.
acted alongside each other many times.
Indeed.
Vocally.
Vocally.
But I mean, how like Daddy Pig's voice is your everyday voice?
I suppose a little bit lighter. I mean, in
Yes.
real life, I might be a bit
Yes, it
deeper.
is a bit lighter,
Not this
isn't it?
deep.
No.
But, you know.
Do people ever recognise? I imagine when you're on the telephone to someone, people say, I know your voice.
Yeah, now and again. But I mean, the ones that always stick out are the little girls in Sainsbury's going, Mummy, Mummy, Mummy.
That's hilarious.
You know, as soon as they see the face, it's like, that's not Daddy Pig anymore. It's some balding 55-year-old, you know.
Now, Richard, great news for you. You're through to the next round. Doesn't matter what you score.
Really?
Yeah, doesn't matter. Even if you score 100 points, you're through.
I don't have to go dangerous, do I?
No.
I can play really safe. Well, Miranda Hart.
Miranda Hart, says Richard.
yes.
No red line. You're already through. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Miranda Hart. It's right. Takes you down to 22. Not bad at all. Your total is 38.
Yeah, very recent host, hosted in 2017, Miranda Hart. I'd like to think of all the kids at home whose minds have just been blown.
Yeah.
You know, just hearing the voices. I bet there's loads of kids who just sort of like, they're on their phone or something like that, and then suddenly they're going, like meerkats at the sound of your voice. They go, hold on a minute, this isn't right.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, Steve, welcome to Pointless.
Thank you.
Great to have you here. Now, of the many characters you did on Spitting Image, I mean, the one you famously did was Mrs. Thatcher.
Mrs. Thatcher. Mrs. Thatcher was never very fond of television. You see, the only programme I ever watched on television was the two Ronnies. But, you know, even though I laughed at the two Ronnies, I did sometimes wonder, could one Ronnie do the job just as well?
And you're the Queen Mother.
I've always been a big fan of Beryl Reid, and she used to do this character called Marlene. It was a sort of a brummie, and she talked like this all the time. So I thought it would be quite fun, because nobody ever knew what the Queen Mother sounded like.
But the truth is, for everyone our age, that is what we think the Queen Mother sounded like now.
It was so funny. I love that stuck and became the thing. Well, wonderful to have you here. Steve, great news. You'll be here for the next round as well. Doesn't matter what you score either. But what would you like to go for on our board?
Well, I do remember a series called The Golden Shot, which I think was presented by a man called Norman Vaughan. And I think I see Norman Vaughan.
Norman Vaughan. Let's find out if that is Norman Vaughan. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. No red line, you're already through. It is Norman Vaughan. I have a good feeling about this, Steve. Down it goes to 14. Very well done indeed. Takes your total neatly up to 20.
Yeah, hosted in 1962, Norman Vaughan. Amongst his many other talents, he co-created Bullseye.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, India.
Hello.
Let us just talk about MasterChef. Apart from that, your cooking must have improved in a funny way.
My
It must have done.
knowledge of
Your
cooking
knowledge
has
of food, at
massively
least.
improved. Yeah, via osmosis, I now know what a velouté is.
A velouté.
And, you know, in the...
Quenelle.
Quenelle, I know the difference between
Yeah.
a quenelle and a rebauchon.
Oh,
oh,
come now. What's a rebauchon?
Quenelle is... This is sorry,
A spoon.
Quenelle is, yes, 2 spoons, but it's double-pointed.
Ah.
I'm going to get letters, because it may not be a rebauché, it may be something else, but that's 1 point and a rounded end.
It's a rebauché.
A rebauché. So my knowledge is second to none now, but
Wow.
I don't really cook.
She's very good.
For
I'm not.
Quenelle.
I can follow a recipe.
Now, you are through to the next round.
Oh, that's good news.
Doesn't matter what you
'Cause
score.
I didn't know any of the obscure people.
Do you
on
want to talk us through the board there?
I'd love nothing more than to talk you through the board. Bruce Forsyth, Sharon Osbourne, Kat Deely, Phil Cornwall, Philip Schofield, the lovely Scylla, David Walliams. Now, see, that's John Bridges, is it? Or is it Jeff? Anyway, Jack Whitehall, can't remember the lovely girl with the fringe, and Michael McIntyre. I'm going to go Kat Deely.
Kat Deely says India, no red line, you're already through. How many people said Kat Deely? Kat Deely's right. No score. Look at that. Down it goes to 18. Very well done indeed. 44 is your total.
Well played, India. Yeah, hosted in 2003. Performers included Pavarotti and Busted, but not together.
That's a shame.
You took us through those very nicely until we got to this gentleman
Yes.
he's not Jeff Bridges.
No, Jeff Bridges, of course, that's...
No, you're mixing up Kevin Bridges and John Bishop.
That's the one,
And that's John Bishop,
That's
yeah.
it. Sorry, John.
He
Great
would have
fan of
scored
your work.
16 points. Brucey, as a big scorer, would have scored you 92.
Wow.
Sharon Osbourne would have scored you 42. Scof, he would have scored you 56. Scylla, another big scorer, 88. Walliams would have scored you 36. How about this for a low score for Jack Whitehall? It scored 7 points.
Really?
Jack Whitehall. It's the lovely Kate Thornton in the next picture. She would have scored you 2 points. Well done if you said
Oh,
that.
that was the low.
And Michael McIntyre would have scored you a 39.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Richard, that brings us to the end of our first round. And I'm afraid it brings me to the first dismissal of the evening. I'm so sorry. Felicity and Tim, you're our high scorers. Oh.
We had a go.
Hey.
You had a go and you took a risk.
Exactly.
You just have to
Take
come
a
back,
risk.
come back and play again. I think Pointless owes you one on the back of that. But anyway, it's lovely having you. Thank you so much. Felicity and Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. And look at that, we're down to 3 pairs. Oh, we're in the teeth of Pointless now at the end of this round. I'm going to warn you, we're going to say goodbye to another pair. But well done, all of you. Made it through. Best of luck for this next round. Our category for round 2 this evening is literature. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns the nation's favourite second novel.
Yeah, in 2017, the Royal Society of Literature held a poll to say what was Britain's favourite second novel. That's the second published novel by a particular author. We're going to show you on each board 6 of those novels and the initials of the author. Can you identify the authors, please? Going to be 6 on both boards, 12 to have a go at home. Good luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our first board of 6 novels. We have got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, J.K.R., 1998. The Autograph Man, Z.S., 2002. An Artist of the Floating World, K.I., 1986. Midnight's Children, S.R., 1981. Oliver Twist, C.D., 1838. And A Suitable Boy, V.S., 1993. I'll read the names of those novels one last time. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, The Autograph Man, An Artist of the Floating World, Midnight's Children, Oliver Twist, and A Suitable Boy. There we are. Now then, India.
Yes.
What are we thinking?
I'm going to go Midnight's Children, Salman Rushdie.
Salman Rushdie says India. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for Salman Rushdie.
Quite high. Quite high. Oh, no, surprisingly low.
It's very good. Look at that, 20. Salman Rushdie. Well done, India.
Yeah, also won the Booker Prize in 1981, then won the Booker of Bookers of the best Booker Prize winner of all the Booker Prize winners.
There we are now. Kate, we
Yes.
come to you.
Well, I'm going to go, I think, with Zadie Smith's second novel, which is The Autograph Man, which came after White Teeth, I believe. And that's what I'm going to go for.
Okay, do you want to give us a précis of it, Kate?
It's not as good as White Teeth, but it's not bad for a second novel.
Oh, OK. Not bad for a second novel. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Zadie Smith. It's right. Well, 20 is the only score we have at the moment. Zadie Smith passes 2013. Very well done indeed, Kate.
They're quite a clever bunch this evening, aren't they? Yeah, they're a clever bunch. There's 2 very good answers we've had so far. Yeah, it's about an autograph trader who seeks out a reclusive 1950s starlet.
Make a great film, that.
It would make a
really good movie.
Someone must have the rights,
Come on,
surely.
let's do it, Richard.
Let's just make it.
Do it here. Do it now. We've got the cast. Actually, you could, between you could play loads of parts.
Yeah, but who'd do the trailer?
Yeah, whatever.
Now, Richard, you're the last
Yes.
person to have this board. Do you want to talk us through all of those blanks?
Do I want to talk you through? No, I don't.
Talk us through the board.
Goodness, well, a few. Oliver Twist, Charles Dickens, obviously. Suitable Boy, I don't know. And Harry Potter, of course, is J.K. Rowling. I wanted to go for an artist in the floating world, but I can't pronounce his name. Kashigura. Oh. I think I'll have to go with Charles Dickens.
OK, Charles Dickens says Richard. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that.
Yeah.
90 for Charles Dickens. That's a big one.
I mean, that's very, very unlucky. We will get on to that answer in a moment. V.S.
Vikram Seth.
Is Vikram Seth. That would have scored you 3 points. And J.K. Rowling at the top actually would have scored you 85 points, would have scored fewer than Dickens. But it is Ishiguro. It's Kazuo Ishiguro, and it was a pointless answer.
Oh, no. Do you know...
I cannot believe we have upset Daddy Pig.
Yeah.
I used to be a bit of an expert at Kazuo Ishiguro. Yes, Not anymore. Too much chocolate cake.
Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at our scores. 13 was the best score of the past. Kate and Steve looking very good. 20 is where we find India and Nicholas. And then 90 is where we find Richard and Red. So, Red, let's get a nice low score on the next board. Good luck with that.
Okay.
And hope that'll keep you in the game. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more second novels up on the board, and here they come. We've got Sharp's Gold, B.C., 1981, Angels and Demons, D.B., 2000, About a Boy, N.H., 1998, The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, D.A., 1980, Excellent Women, B.P., 1952, and Pride and Prejudice, J.A., 1813. I'll read those titles again. Sharp's Gold, Angels and Demons, About a Boy, The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, Excellent Women, Pride and Prejudice. There we are. Now then, Red, you're the high scorers. Puts a little bit of pressure on you there to try and find an obscure one.
Well, I haven't got a clue. All I know is Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice. I don't know any of the others.
OK, Jane Austen says red. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Jane Austen. No red line for you, I'm afraid, as you are the high scorers. 79, well, takes your total up to 169.
Yeah, that was voted #1 on the list of the nation's favourite second novel, perhaps unsurprisingly.
Thank you very much, Richard. So, Steve, good news, you're through to the head-to-head.
I think I'm going to go with About a Boy, Nick Hornby.
Nick Hornby says Steve. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for Nick Hornby. No red line, you're already through. It's right. Pretty good. Down goes 22. Not bad at all. 35 is your total.
Yeah, it's his follow-up to High Fidelity, Nick Hornby. He's also been nominated for an Oscar twice for adapted screenplays.
Yeah.
And he wrote an album with Ben Folds as well.
What was his football one?
Fever Pitch.
You should go on this programme. You're really
That's a good idea. Hold on a minute. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Nicholas. Nicholas, again, you're through to the next round. Does not matter what you score. Do you want to talk us through this board and fill in our blanks?
Oh, do I want to? Sharp's Gold, I read this chap's book on the Battle of Waterloo, and it's Bernard Cornwell. Angels and Demons, that's Dan Brown, everyone knows that. The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, I'm a massive fan of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, so that's Douglas Adams. And Excellent Women, that's British Petroleum, is that? That's the only BP I know. It's either going to be Bernard Cornwell or Douglas Adams. I'll go for Douglas Adams.
OK, Douglas Adams says, Nicholas, no red line, you're already through. Let's see how many people said it. It's right. There we go. 30 for Douglas Adams. Takes your total up to 50.
Very well played. Follow-up to Hitchhiker's Guide, of course, by Douglas Adams. Lower scorer for Bernard Cornwell. That's absolutely right, but would have scored you 11 points.
Oh.
Angels and Demons, you're quite right, it's Dan Brown, and you're quite right, there's a bigger scorer, because it would have scored you 49. And this is the best answer on the board. In fact, it's another pointless answer. Barbara Pym is the answer. Barbara Pym came 5th on the list of nation's favourite second novels. Very well done, if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. So, at the end of our second round, the pair who are heading home with their high score of 169, Red and Richard, I'm so sorry it's you. It's been wonderful having you here. Thank you so much for coming to play. Please come and play again anytime you like. Red and Richard.
Thank you.
But for our two remaining pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Kate and Steve, Nicholas and India. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot for your charities. And our jackpot is currently standing at £2,500. But this is the point where we decide who goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot, and we do it by making you go head-to-head. But the big difference is, from here on in, you can play as a team, so you can chat before you give your answers. And the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Very best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns first dance songs. Richard.
Yeah, Brides magazine published a list of the top 75 first dance songs of all time, and we're going to play you 5 of them now. Can you tell us the artists behind any of these, please?
OK, here is A, our first extract. A.
Only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
Here's B.
I can't give anymore. Can't live, but living is without you.
Here's C.
And we'll go, 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 go. If you're ready, like I'm ready. 'Cause it's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey, baby, I think I want to marry you.
Here's D.
At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over.
And here's E.
You can tell everybody this is the song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind what I put down in a word.
So we are looking for the artists of those songs. Kate and Steve, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first.
Well, we're going to go for D, aren't we? Etta James.
Etta James. Etta James, say Kate and Steve. Now then, Nicholas in India, it's over to you. Can you talk us through the rest?
A is Elvis. C is Bruno Mars. And I think that's what we're going to go for.
C, Bruno Mars?
Yeah.
OK, so we have Etta James, we have Bruno Mars. Kate and Steve went for Etta James. Let's see if that is right for D. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Etta James. It's right. And that goes to 7. Very well done indeed, Kate and Steve. Good score there. Nicholas in India. Let's see where we get with Bruno Mars, which you have gone for C. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Bruno Mars. It's another excellent score. Down it goes. Look at that, down 13. Good, but not quite good enough. Well done, Kate and Steve. After one question, you're up 1-0.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the quality of this famous voices pointless is getting better and better because those are the best two answers on the board, so very well played. Shall we take a listen to the other three and fill in the gaps, fill in the scores? So A was Elvis, of course, and Elvis would have scored you 78. B.
See, it's not Nielsen.
It's Mariah. Mariah. That would have scored 20 points. She can belt it out, can't she? And E was, of course, Elton John. He would have scored you 42.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, here comes your second question. Nicholas in India, you get to answer this first, but you have to win it to stay in the game, so good luck. Our second question this evening is all about famous people with cats.
I'm going to show you 5 pictures now of famous people with cats. We'd like you to name the cat, please.
Name the cat?
No, not the cat, the famous person. I'm just teasing.
OK, let's reveal our 5 famous people with cats, and here they come. We have got A. B. C. D. and E. There we go. 5 famous people with cats. Nicholas in India, you will be going first.
E, Johnny Cash.
E, Johnny Cash. OK, now then, Kate and Steve. Do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
Well, we think the first one might be not John Lennon, but the other Lennon. So we think it's Lennon, we think Mary Pickford, Judy Garland, Robert De Niro and Johnny Cash. So I think we'll go for Judy Garland.
OK, C, Judy Garland.
Yeah.
So we have Johnny Cash, we have Judy Garland. Nicholas and India have gone for Johnny Cash. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Johnny Cash for E. It's right. It's a good score, 27, well done. Meanwhile, Kate and Steve have gone for Judy Garland for C. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It is Judy Garland. And that scores you 46. Well done, Nicholas and India. Back in the game after 2 questions. It's 1-1.
Yeah, Johnny Cash was the second best answer on the board, and you knew the best answer as well.
Lennon.
Only 5 points. No, Mary Pickford.
He wasn't 100% sure, so we...
So, oh, Steve. Would have been a terrific answer. A is Vladimir Lenin. No news on what happened to the cat. Would have scored 33. And D, of course, is Robert
Do you know
De
who
Niro.
I thought that was? I thought it was Terry Jones.
48 points for De Niro.
Sure, that was Terry Jones.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would Robert De Niro be holding Terry Jones?
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, here comes your third question. Whoever wins this one goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. Our third question this evening is all about countries with repeated letters removed. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 names of countries now, but wherever they've got any repeated letters at all, anywhere in their name, we've removed the repeated one. So you're only going to see 1 letter each time in their names. But what are these countries?
OK, what countries have we got? Here they come. C-A-N-D, A-N-T-I-G-U-D-B-R, M-O-R-C, S-O-U-T-H-D-A-N, and U-N-I-T-E-D-A-R-B-M-S. Let me read those one last time. C-A-N-D, A-N-T-I-G-U-D-B-R, M-O-R-C, S-O-U-T-H-D-A-N, U-N-I-T-E-D-A-R-B-M-S. Kate and Steve will go first.
Should we go first? South Sudan.
South Sudan, say Kate and Steve. South Sudan. OK, Nicholas and India, can you talk us through the rest of that board?
Well,
Canada.
Canada, Morocco, United Arab Emirates, I'm presuming, but I'm thinking that second one is Antigua and Barbuda.
Antigua and Barbuda, say Nicholas and India. So we have South Sudan and Antigua and Barbuda. Kate and Steve went South Sudan. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that.
That's a good one.
It's right.
Which one's this?
It's not bad. 37. 37 for South Sudan. Nicholas and India, meanwhile, have gone for Antigua and Barbuda. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It is Antigua and Barbuda. And it wins. Look at that. Down it goes to 22. So very, very well done indeed, Nicholas and India. After 3 questions, you are through to the final 2-1.
And you know what? Once again, best 2 answers on the board. Shall we fill in the rest of these? Let's fill in the obvious ones. Canada would have scored you 91 points. Mork is Morocco and would have scored you 72. And United Arab Emirates, quite right, and would have scored you 54.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round. I'm afraid, Kate and Steve, it is you. It's been wonderful having you both on the show. Thank you so much. Please come back and play again anytime you like. It's been a real treat having you here. Kate and Steve, everyone. But for Nicholas and India, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Nicholas and India. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy.
Which is amazing. I didn't realise.
Oh, it's yours. That's yours to take home. And not even, you don't have to share one, you get one each. I know. Don't say a word, it's fine. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot for your charities. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £2,500. It's very important that you take that jackpot home for your charities.
Yes.
What will help you do that? What subject do you want to see come up?
I don't know.
It's all been quite chancy so far, so it's difficult. I mean, you know, Doctor Who from 1963 to 1980, that would really be on the money for me.
MasterChef winners, that would be good, yeah.
Who knows? You get to choose the category from the 4 we put up on the board. Let's hope there's something up there that leaps out at you. Today's selection is Rugby Union Grand Slams, films set in India, the year 2017, gardening.
Can't do Rugby Union Grand Slams. Film set in India. It's my name, but that's
Have they got any films in there?
Good. Yeah, it's not good. The year 2017?
And gardening, do you do... I don't do any gardening.
Well, yeah, no, I wouldn't.
My mother does.
Yeah, my mother does, but I never listen to her, so...
I listen to my mother all the time. Just want that on record.
It's going to have to be the year 2017, isn't it?
The year 2017,
yes.
Yeah.
OK, year 2017 it is.
OK, very best of luck. 3 very different categories here. I hope one of them will suit you. Feel free to concentrate on that one if it does. We're looking for any of the following, please. We're looking for the title of any UK #1 single or album, according to the official charts company in 2017. We're looking for any of the top 50 highest-grossing films at the UK box office in 2017, according to Box Office Mojo. Or we're looking for any scorer of 5 or more goals in the Premier League. That's the English Premier League in the 2016-2017 season. So those singles or albums, highest-grossing films or goal scorers in the Premier League. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. Only one of them has to be pointless for you to win the jackpot. You don't have to answer all 3 categories. Focus on whichever categories, or maybe just one category. Maybe it's just one you like. You can do 2 from one, 1 from another. It's entirely up to you, as long as you answer at least one of those categories with your answers. Are you ready? You look ready. Yes. I'm going to put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK, well, what were the big films last year? I haven't been to the cinema in
I watch
4
films
years.
all the time.
Yes, come on. Star Wars...
Blade Runner...
Oh, yes, 2047. Yes, that's going to be quite big, though, isn't it?
Yes, yes it is.
Well, but they have to be highest grossing, which is unfair, because then they won't be obscure.
There wasn't a James Bond last year, was there?
No, there wasn't a James Bond.
Star
was there?
Wars,
No, but that wasn't last year. That was.
Yeah, there was a Star Wars.
Was there?
Last
Which
year.
one was it?
Was
it Rogue? No,
Jedi?
no, that was this year, wasn't it?
Was it that? I thought.
Oh
that was
no,
December.
you're right. It was December. Yeah, okay, so we'll go with that one.
Something obscure.
Yeah. Oh no. What did I? But highest grossing.
Something that's a foreign language film.
10 seconds
It's not going to be highly grossing, though, is it? Foreign language film. Oh, we're being useless. I can't think of anything else. We're gonna have to
Your
make
minute
up
is
a
up.
third
OK,
answer.
just marshal your thoughts very
So
quickly
what are
and
we going?
give me your 3 answers.
So Star Wars. Is it Return of the Jedi?
No,
I don't mean The Last Jedi.
OK, Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Yes.
Yes.
What was
Then what was the other one? You said.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner 2047.
Blade Runner
is that
2047.
right?
The Darkest Hour was this year, wasn't it?
No, I think that was because that was
Let's say The Darkest Hour.
OK, The Darkest Hour. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
The Darkest Hour.
Is it
Oh, do you reckon?
Blade Runner?
Blade Runner 2047.
Yeah.
OK, and the least likely to be pointless?
The Star
Return of the
Wars.
Star Wars: The
Not
Last
Return of the
Jedi.
Jedi. Sorry,
OK.
I'm of a certain age.
And then The Darkest Hour we put in the middle. OK, that's perfect. Let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Star Wars: The Last Jedi, Darkest Hour, and Blade Runner 2047. Well, very best of luck. 3 answers on the board. They look like quite good answers from here.
Oh, yeah.
One of them could be pointless. You never know.
You never know.
You never know. Now, if one of them were to be pointless and win that jackpot for you, which charities are you playing for?
I'm playing for Children with Cancer UK.
OK, Nicholas?
Cancer Research.
Very good. 2 wonderful charities there. Let's hope one of these answers will win that jackpot for your charities. Your first answer was Star Wars: The Last Jedi. This is the answer you thought was probably least likely to be pointless. Only one of them has to be for you to win that jackpot. But let's find out. We're looking for the top 50 highest-grossing films of 2017. Shall we find out how many people said Star Wars: The Last Jedi? If it's pointless, £2,500 will be winging its way to your charities. It's right. Star Wars: The Last Jedi, your first answer. All it has to be now is pointless for you to win that jackpot for your charities. Down we go through the teens. Are we in single figures? Yes, we are. To 8. Not bad. I mean... 8 for Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Star Wars?
Probably the most famous film of the last year.
Yeah.
Well, it's looking very good for your next answers. You're going for Darkest Hour for your second answer. Let's hope nobody said this. Top 50 grossing films in the UK in 2017. If Darkest Hour is pointless, £2,500 is going to your charities. How many people said it? Darkest Hour. Ooh. Not Darkest Hour, alas.
Didn't sell enough.
Yeah.
Maybe it was maybe we got the wrong year. I don't know. We will discover. We'll discover. OK, let's not dwell on that. Let's turn our attention to Blade Runner 2047. Your third and final answer, the answer you thought was your best shot at a pointless answer. If it is pointless, your charities win £2,500. How many people went for Blade Runner 2047? Oh no! Oh no, that's incorrect as well. Wait, hey, 8 was a great score. 8 was brilliant. Let's not forget that. Not a bad score at all. Unfortunately, though, it wasn't pointless. You didn't find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot for your charities. However, as it's a celebrity special, we're going to donate £500 to each celebrity pair for their respective charities. So they are. It's been lovely having you here. Thank you so much for playing. And don't forget, you get a pointless trophy each as well. So brilliant.
Yeah, you know what? It's been a terrific show from start to finish. I mean, just great answers from everybody. You were very, 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 very close to getting that jackpot. Darkest Hour, that was 2018. But Blade Runner was a pointless answer, but it's Blade Runner 2049, I'm afraid. That's the title. So really, really unlucky. And, you know, it would have been a lovely end to an incredible show. Shall we take a look at the pointless answers in the different categories? There'll be loads of films you know as well. 50 is quite a lot. The titles of the UK #1 singles and albums. Gang Signs and Prayer, that's Stormzy. Glory Days, a little mix, Look What You Made Me Do, Taylor Swift. Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, Who Built the Moon. Everything apart from Shape of You, Divide, Despacito. Perfect Human, Sign of the Times, New Rules, I'm the One, Too Good at Goodbyes, Wild Thoughts, Havana and Rockabye. Everything else was a pointless answer. Well done if you said one. Now, let's take a look at these highest grossing movies, shall we? There's Blade Runner 2049, 50 Shades Darker, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Jumanji as well.
Now you say these
Spider-Man, Homecoming. It's so hard within those 60 seconds, though, to think of films from 2017. Assassin's Creed, Baywatch, Get Out was a pointless answer. Wonderful movie. John Wick Chapter 2, Kong, Skull Island, Lion was a pointless answer. Pitch Perfect 3, Sing, Smurfs, The Lost Village, Split, the Emoji Movie, The Mummy, Transformers, The Last Night, War for the Planet of the Apes. Those were all pointless answers.
Wow.
Well done if you said any of those. Dunkirk was the highest scorer on that list. And scorers of 5 or more Premier League goals. Lots of pointless answers here. Josh King, Mesut Ozil, Sadio Mane, Willian, you could have had Adam Lallana, Benica Phoebe, Charlie Austin, Christian Benteke, Christian Eriksen, Emre Can, James Milner, Jay Rodriguez, Junior Stanislas, Marco Arnautovic, Nathan Redmond, Patrick Van Arnholt, Riyad Mahrez as a pointless answer, Roberto Firmino was a pointless answer, Ross Barkley, Troy Deeney, Wilfried Zaha, Yaya Toure also. Very well done if you got any of those at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard, and thank you so much, Nicholas and India. We've loved having you on the show. Thank you so much for playing. Brilliant.
It's been lovely.
Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on pointless celebrities. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.